Welcome back, everyone. It's Pi, and I know I haven't been staying up to date with the videos thanks to the AMC 10s that just passed, but we are going to debrief the 10A and 10B in our upcoming videos. So let's get started with the 2021 AMC 10A, and this is problem 1. What is the value of 2 squared minus 2 minus 3 squared minus 3 plus 4 squared minus 4? So this one is pretty straightforward. This is just simple arithmetic, and so I can do 2 squared is going to be 4 minus 2 minus 3 squared is 9 minus 3 plus 4 squared is 16 minus 4, and so that gives me 2 minus 6 plus 12, which is just going to be 8, or option D. If I were to have bigger numbers, bigger squares, and I did not want to expand it all out like this, I might factor that into 2 times 2 minus 1 minus 3 times 3 minus 1 plus 4 times 4 minus 1. And so that would just give me 2 times 1 minus 3 times 2 plus 4 times 3, which is also 8. So there we go. All right, jumping over to the next problem, which is problem 2 on that same test, AMC 10A 2021. Portia's high school has 3 times as many students as Laura's high school. So if we say the number of students at Portia's high school is P, and the number of students at Laura's high school is L, then we can say P equals 3L. The two high schools have a total of 2,600 students, so L plus P equals 2,600. Now, substituting P equals 3L, I can say L plus 3L equals 2,600, which is essentially 4L. And then I can solve for L by doing 2,600 divided by 4, which I notice real quick is 650. Now, we need to find the number of students at Portia's high school, so we say P equals 3 times L, which is 650, and we get that that is 1950, and you can do the expansion out real quick. 3 times 600 is going to give you 1,800, and 3 times 50 will give you 150. Adding that up, yeah, we can confirm the answer is option C. Our next problem is problem number 3. The sum of two natural numbers is 17,402. One of the two numbers is divisible by 10. If the units digit of that number is erased, the other number is obtained. What is the difference between those two? So I can notice that if one of the two numbers is divisible by 10, its units digit, or the last digit there, is going to be 0. So in fact, the digit that's getting erased is 0. So if I take a number like 14, and I multiply it by 10, it's going to become 140. So essentially what they're saying was, hypothetically, if your number was 140 and you erase that 0, you get 14. And so this is the kind of relationship we have between these two numbers. So I'm going to say that A is the smaller number, and A, but with a 0 at the end, is going to be the bigger number because it's 10 times as big. So 10A is going to be the bigger one. Okay, so the sum of these is 17,402, which means A plus 10A equals 17,402. Now, all I really have to do is say 11A equals 17,402, and I can go through the division of that. I'll spare you the computation and tell you right now that A equals 1582, and so this is where your arithmetic skills have to be really solid. The difference of the two numbers is just going to be 10A minus A, which is 9A, which is going to be 9 times 1582. And I can go through all of this, but I'm just going to see if I can do 9 times 2, the units digit, which means my number has to end in 8. The only option that ends in 8 is option C, 14,238. Now, at the end right over here, I just multiplied 9 times the units digit to find out what the units digit was. because I notice all these units digits are different, so that'll really narrow it down. Now, I can apply a similar technique where I'm only looking for the last digit or for significant digit instead of doing all this arithmetic I did up here. So let's go through that method. That method takes some amount of understanding of numbers, and so what we're going to do is we're going to say that the ones place of a multiple of 10 is 0, which we already observed. So the bigger number is going to be A, which could be a number like 14 or a number like 27705, or as we discovered earlier, A was really 1582. But it's always going to have a 0 at the end. It can be any old number, but the bigger version of A, the first number that we're talking about, maybe a better way to describe it would be the multiple of 10 times A. That's going to be whatever your original A was, but with a 0 stuck on it. So I know that the ones place of the multiple of 10 is going to be 0, and the other integer has to end with 2, and that's because our sum ends with 2. So when I'm adding these numbers, I know that the units place is going to be 0 plus 2 equals 2. And so since both of these sum up to 2, the ones place of the difference has to be that 0 minus 2. And I'm going to treat that 0 like a 10. So I'm going to do what we do in subtraction when we carry over, because I do know there's actually a tens place next door. And 10 minus 2 is 8. So I know that the last digit of the difference has to end in 8. And there we go. We saved a lot of time just by using straightforward logic. So that's it for the first 3 problems of the 2021 AMC 10A. But I will have upcoming videos on the rest of the problems. The first 10 to 15 will probably be grouped up, and then we'll go one at a time. Thank you so much, and I hope you all did a great job on the AMC 10.